Right off rip, you guys can go ahead and see he's making adjustments. He's gonna have his curl flats at 30, his flats at 5, his hook zones at 5. It's kind of a little bit different from what I like to do personally. Is I like to have my flats running deep and my curl flats running shallow, because curl flats will play a little bit more inside the hash marks. Flats they play a little bit more outside of the hash marks. So right off rip, he's gonna go ahead and run in base. Now, if you're running 245 double A gap or 155 double A gap, both of those are very susceptible to the run, unless, and I don't know how to do this, you know how to get the linebackers to automatically shoot the gap. You can see how he's kind of mugging the gap right there and how that guy comes shooting through clean. That is something that's unique to 155 and 245 double A gap. As long as you can figure out where you need to hover, you're generally going to have a good auto shoot. Now, both of those defenses require the blitz to come home. My goodness, my nose is itchy. And if you don't get the pressure for this defense, it's generally going to be man-to-man. And Davante Adams, especially when he's outside on that skinny post, is going to beat his man over the top if you don't get that pressure. And so when you're trying to set up this kind of defense, as you can see right there, he screams, you got to get that pressure home. Otherwise, a skinny post is going to smoke this defense over the top. A lot of people struggle with this. Quick tip on offense: if you block your tight end and you leave your running back on the route, their user still has to go and guard it. And you just kind of swap between those two. As they start using the tight end, you go ahead, block the tight end, have your running back on the route. And you just, again, change it up. You want to keep them on their toes. But again, you can see that he is mugging the gap specifically for a base. Generally, if you mug the correct gap, and again, I don't know how to do this, the middle linebacker, the two guys in the very middle, are often going to be the one that just auto shoot. Now, coming up here, you guys are going to see another quick adjustment he's going to go ahead and make with zone drops. You can see pop it up on the screen. He's going to go ahead and change his curl flats to 0, or I believe to 5 in this situation, no, to 10, and then leave his flats at 0. Disregard claw flat, hard flat, soft squat. If you use zone drops, the zone drops are going to go ahead and play how the zone drops are going to go ahead and play. Now, this time he goes into a doubles offset week. Not sure, but it was some kind of weird QB run I've never seen before. We're going to look into that. But again, the run. Both of these defenses, tough to stop the run. Whether it's 2-5 or 1-5-5. If you can stop the run, then you're sitting pretty, because the blitzes are good. They're pretty good out of these formations. And again, you can see right here, zone drops change. He's going to go ahead and have his, I believe that's actually his flats right there at 10 and his curl flats at 5 this time. And he does not change his hook zones. Again, you got to utilize zone drops. And every single time he changes his zone drops, we're going to go ahead and just zoom in and pay attention to this. Pay attention to how often he's changing his zone drops, because I believe we got one more time he changes his zone drops, and then after that, it doesn't change at all. Now, I don't understand why he would go down in that situation. You can see right here, changes his zone drops again back to default for everything. Usually when you're inside the 5, it's pointless to have zone drops turned on, because regardless of what you have them set to, they're just gonna play at the line of scrimmage, and that's been changed at Madden 23. They actually do include the end zone now. Finally, it's been a nightmare trying to contain some of these corner outs. But right here, trip side in. I don't know what that play was specifically. You can see he's playing really good defense, and if that was actually accurate, that would have been a very easy pick. So 3rd and goal. In this situation, I like to go ahead and just play a little bit more aggressively of defense. And the big thing you got to watch out for is corners. Now, bad user in that situation. If you are going to play coverage in this, don't expect any kind of sheds in 2-4-5 or 1-5-5 double A gap. That's just not what these defenses are really good for, is just sheds. It's good to send pressure, but again, you can see what I'm talking about. If you don't get that blitz home, somebody's going to be guaranteed to get open. And Davante Adams was open. That corner out was open. Like, there was multiple players open. All you had to do was just click a button. Again, with these defenses, this is why I don't like them so much, is it relies on getting the pressure home. Now, in Madden 23, the blitzes are so good that this defense is going to be insane next year. We're talking like 5-man blitzes, 3-man blitzes, 4-man, 6-man. All those variety of blitzes are going to be cracked because it gets home so quick. It is wonderful. You can see again, right there, what happened? The blitz did not get home, and he went ahead and threw that little post route over top. Again, if you're going to be playing this heavy of a blitz, you've also got to pay attention deep. Now, when he's running this cover one robber, you'll often see when he holds down right trigger to look at his adjustments, make sure they're all correct, he's going to be himself in a deep zone. And so when you're playing this kind of style of defense, again, pressure doesn't get home, dots him up. You've got to always pay attention to everything deep. And this defense, in a heavy blitz defense, if you're a heavy blitzer, you gotta always focus deep and give up the underneath stuff, especially if you're going to be using a safety. I see so many new players make this mistake of they go into cover 3 or they go into cover 4, or they just simply use something that they don't need to use like the using a flat. It doesn't work. Just rely on quick adjustments and stick with the middle linebacker, because first off, it is the easiest spot to use her, because 1, you don't have to worry about anything deep because you have deep zones playing deep zones. 2, you can take away the middle short part of the field. And 3, oftentimes hook zones are going to be there to be able to help you enough to where you can go ahead and cover a crosser or a skinny post or something over the top. You can always pay attention over top. It's right there, changing his zone drops back to default. But this is going to be going ahead and be the game. It was a pretty fast freaking video. Pro Legend goes ahead and loses the game by 7 points. It's a crazy shootout. That's how Madden 23 is. But popping up here on the screen here in about 30 seconds, actually, you're going to see a couple different videos. You guys go ahead and check out. Of course, the little subscribe icon. But the number one takeaway from this is, if you're going to play a heavy blitz, especially using a man-to-man safety and you're using the deep zone, always pay attention to the deep zone. If you want to use your safety, you have to stick to your deep zone assignment. That is the tip for today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, of course, hit that subscribe button for blitzes, breakdowns, and a whole lot more defense coming in Madden 23. And as always, we will catch you guys in the next one.
For the fakeness, if you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent.